when you think about, sort of the factory and innovation and luxury, you end up with a brand like Li Ning. Li Ning is sort of the Chinese Nike and sort of you can see the Chinese Air Jordan. Li Ning is also a man, he's China's most famous Olympic athlete. If you watch the opening ceremonies of the 2008 Olympic Games, you'll remember him lighting the torch high above the stadium. Now what's interesting is that Li Ning basically sort of represents sort of the innovation luxury model for China, which is basically brought in American designers. Li Ning had tremendous name recognition already in China. He had support from the state. He had tremendous resources as his advantage. And basically, he went up against Adidas and Nike, and in the last year or so has gotten crushed. He hit what some have called the bamboo ceiling, the idea that even Chinese consumers will not buy domestic brands when they have the opportunity to buy the foreign luxury brands. And so therefore, Li Ning is now struggling to reposition itself as more of a value commodity, as something for people in the second and third tier cities, rather than as a luxury product. And so it's easy, I think, for many of us to basically sort of retreat into our sort of default mindset that once again, China, excellent at manufacturing, excellent at efficiency, it can't build a brand. And I think we're looking in the wrong place if we're looking to a company like Li Ning and we're looking to the major factories if we're going to look for innovation in China. If the brands we should be scared about are the ones that are being brewed in garages like this one. This is a garage on the edge of Shenzhen, somewhere in the Pearl River Delta. My friends Adam Matthews and Jocelyn Braun took these photographs. These are men who are basically producing cell phones without any safety equipment, without any sort of safeguards. They've gotten their hands on top-notch machinery and fabrication equipment. I mean, you've heard about maker culture. I mean, this is the ultimate in maker culture. And what's interesting to me is that basically the people who they're making phones for don't even know if this is a legitimate product or not. The supply chains in China have gotten so tangled that many actual genuine products and supplies have actually made it into this factory. Now there's a word for what these guys are doing and who these guys are. They are the Shanzhai. It's a Chinese word that's actually the combination of a mountain fortress. And it refers to classically bandits like Song Jian, seen here in his big screen adaptation a few years ago. Song Jian was sort of a Robin Hood of sorts, only he stole from the rich and then didn't give to the poor. They just stole from the rich. But the Shanzhai, the word and the culture of Shanzhai refers to this sort of notion of striking back against authority. This is sort of the little guy in China striking back against sort of the command structure. And Shanzhai has become sort of a famous word in China, used to apply anything that is sort of an exuberant copycat or counterfeit. So this is DIKE brand shoes, or my favorite, Obama fried chicken. And the most audacious Shanzhai experiment of all, which many of you have heard of, was the Shanzhai Apple Store that opened in Kunming and ran for several months. A copy that was so complete that the employees actually believed they were genuine Apple employees. And can you spot what's the giveaway in this? The telltale sign this is not, in fact, an actual Apple Store? It's that the words Apple Store never actually appear in any Apple Store. So I think the next generation of this that appears, they'll improve upon at that time.